So I'm going to continue on my money mindset theme and talk about some of the things that we say to ourselves or say out loud that come out across as facts, that are unalterable truths, that are likely only just beliefs that we have. So a couple of things come to mind, like when we find ourselves saying, oh my gosh, I can't afford that, or that's not a priority for me right now financially. Some of those things that very clearly are from habit that we say them. And I know it's hard to hear that, and potentially it does reflect a current reality that it's true. However, what I want to do is challenge you a little bit when you hear yourself saying that the next time, to maybe just say, okay, it's possible that that's literally coming out of my mouth or out of my brain because it's a limiting belief I have. It's a belief that I have that was put into me back when all of my beliefs were put into me, a lot of them around money. And a lot of that happened really before we were even 7 years old, before we were old enough to kind of filter things. And then once we started to filter things, we went ahead and filtered it to support what we already believed, right? So if our parents had said things like, I can't afford that, or that's too much money, or being rich is, you're automatically awful if you're rich kind of things. Those things all got fed into us as a youth, parents or people who raised us, whoever we were dependent on, honestly, in those years. And those became facts in our world that then once we could start to filter things better as grown children, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11-year-olds, and onward, we just kept finding stuff that supported that belief. So it now becomes a statement that's so reactive, so immediate, that we don't even realize that it's a belief and not necessarily a fact that has to continue forever. So what is a limiting belief? It's something that often sounds really, really logical, like that. I look at my bank, I don't have the money to afford that thing. But really, they're just familiar. So I'm going to give you kind of an example here. Another example, pretty important to entrepreneurs, is people won't pay that much for what I do. So here's my question to you. Says who? Based on what? The reality is that that is based on a belief you have in your system about what you do and what it's worth to whoever's going to pay. So when you find yourself saying something like that, people won't pay that much for it, really stop a minute and say, wait a minute, where's that coming from? What's that based on? Where's that, where did that fundamental belief come from? And that's exactly how you want to catch these beliefs in the wild, kind of as they come up on you. And what I start to think about is, okay, where did I learn that? Where did that first thought first enter my head? Is it always true? And does it serve me now? Those are the three questions that you ask whenever you ask yourself something like this. Where did I learn that? Is it always true? And does it serve me now? So in business, mindset is so important. And you are probably or possibly setting limiting beliefs on how much you can make in your business, how many people you can hire in your business. And that's driving you to make financial decisions from a more scared place where the numbers aren't going to save you. Only your mindset's going to save you. Only your ability to think beyond where you are is going to save you. So here's the thing. In all of this, your brain's just trying to protect you, right? Its job is to say, hey, this is unfamiliar territory. I don't know how to deal with it. If you have that much money, all my beliefs tell me you're going to be an evil person, you're going to waste it, you're going to squander it. All these awful things are going to happen to you. But as entrepreneurs, if you're like I am, I've done most of my growing since I've left corporate and become an entrepreneur. The job now for us is to keep growing. We don't need new spreadsheets to tell us how much we can't afford. We don't need a CFO to say, no, you can't do that because there's not enough money. You need to start with beliefs about what's possible for you. So that's my challenge to you this week. When you start to feel yourself recoiling away because of today's reality, that you can't afford something or that people won't pay that or whatever the thing might be, you want to make absolutely sure that you take a second to challenge it. Do me a favor, just give it a try. The toughest question is, where did I learn that, right? Don't let that answer go quickly. Dig into that answer a little bit and find out, did it come from childhood? Did it come from somebody saying no to a price that I charged them a while ago? Did it come from an old boss in corporate who beat me down and told me I really wasn't worth anything? stop and say, where did I learn that thing? There. Hope you have a great week. And that's my money mindset tip for the day.